My name is Dawn, and I'm with Metal Wani, and starting with the interview, I'm talking with the legendary Geoff Tate, and thanks so much for taking the time to talk with me today.
My pleasure.
Awesome. I was privileged enough to be at your show in Annapolis last night, and I thought it was fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
And, well, judging from the response, I take it you're getting a great response from fans?
Yeah, I think it's going really well, actually, and been having some really fun shows.
Great.
And great audiences, and thoroughly enjoying myself.
You seem to be. Well, at this point in your career, you've played arenas, you played clubs. How do you feel about playing the smaller rooms versus the larger venues?
But, well, I like every venue, actually. To me, it doesn't really matter, the venue. What matters to me is the people there, and how they feel about the music and how it affects them, and then the art of, performance. I love playing with the band, and I've got an incredible band right now. It's just a pleasure to play with them every night.
Yeah, there seemed to be quite a lot of audience members that really were feeling the music, so that was kind of cool to see.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great time to celebrate,
Yeah. So you played an acoustic set last night that I thought was awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
On the song Take Hold of the Flame, I thought it was really cool. It wasn't just acoustic, but you seemed to change the structure of the song. Was that at all difficult for you, or easy, or?
No, it just is,
It just is.
Yeah, it just is.
Elaborating more on the acoustic sound, have you ever considered doing an acoustic CD of your classics? Maybe release an acoustic version of Mindcrime?
No, I hadn't really thought of that.
That's
an interesting idea.
Because I thought the acoustic songs last night were great.
Well, thank you.
Talking about the live experience, you seem to be quite a storyteller between songs. Do you usually do that, or did the intimate venue inspire you?
Well, I think it's important to talk about some of the songs, kind of a bit of a background, and maybe what I was thinking when I wrote them or what I was experiencing at the time. I think it kind of is an interesting thing for people to know, and for me, I know, throughout my years, hearing people's interpretations of the song has always been interesting to me, and how people perceive music in such a different way, than perhaps I intended a song to, affect them. They perhaps feel it a different way, and express it. So it's, I don't know, it's kind of interesting.
So I've had this burning question forever, and I've been a fan of yours for literally decades. And I remember seeing you live with Queensryche back in the mid-90s. I believe you were touring with Metallica. And I have this memory of a group of fans had circulated a petition to persuade you to play at least one song from Rage for Order. And then you surprised me opening up the show last night with 2 consecutive songs from Rage for Order. So I always wondered if there was, was there a time when you did not play those songs on stage? And if not, why was that?
No real reason, other than it's very, very difficult and challenging to put together a set list that you think would appeal to people and kind of accomplish what you want to do, as an artist. So, you just experiment a lot, and try different things, different combinations of songs, different ways of presenting the piece, visually and as well as the audio. So, I guess it's just experimentation,
Right. Okay. That's something I'd always wondered because, I was at that show and I was shocked, not shocked, but, interested and surprised that you had to be persuaded to play something from that album.
Oh, I don't think it's a matter of persuasion. It's just a choice of, material. Hey, I haven't played this song in a while. That'd be kind of fun.
Well, cool. In terms of your music, you've always had a really epic quality to your music production, complex playing and writing and lyrics. Has your writing changed in any way since separating from Queensryche?
No, I wouldn't say so. Not typically, I'd say.
Okay. Ronnie James Dio, we're touching on him, is often cited as an example when we talk about giving advice to bands back in the day. Did you take any advice from him during early Queensryche days?
Yeah, Ronnie was a wonderful mentor, and the way he kind of led was by example. He's a gentleman, and he treated people with respect and decency and fairness. And I think that, to me, was his biggest lesson.
And unfortunately now Ronnie has left us, and now we're adding more and more people to the list as days go by. We've got Lemmy, David Bowie, now all gone. How does it impact you as a person when you think about the sudden demise of these wonderful musicians you've known for so long?
Yeah, it's quite a shock, really. It's another example of how life isn't concrete. It's constantly changing, and I think you have to keep yourself open, to go with the changes. And you think these people will be around forever, and you don't actually fully perhaps realize the effect that their art has had on you, until they're gone. And and also I think it question your own mortality, and question what you're doing, where you're going, why you're doing it, that kind of thing.
You have such a prolific history in music at this point. Is it a challenge coming up with new ideas?
No, not really. You just got to keep yourself open to new ideas, and not get bewildered at life.
Right.
I've heard... I think that's a thing that a lot of older people go through is that bewilderment of life, where you just get burned out, tired of beat your head against the wall or in some area of your life, and that's when the bitterness can set in, and you definitely don't want to end your days as a bitter person,
Touching on things that I've heard other artists say in terms of, repeating the success they've already had with a specific sound or specific album, you wouldn't, you being the person you are, don't have that problem, I assume.
Well, somebody's, I don't know who it was, said, write about what you know. And I think I probably have always done that. I write about what I experience and what I observe and what I learn along the way. It's kind of a life's journey, really. And but I mean, that's so pompous. It's just kind of what it is, And
right.
somehow I've managed to do it for a long time, and I feel very fortunate about that. Being able to travel in 60 countries around the world and play shows, and
wow.
It's a wonderful, wonderful experience that humbles me every time I think about it.
Yeah, I understand that too. You said something briefly about the new album being the first of a trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any plans? Do you have any concrete plans of when you might release the second part?
Yeah, the second one comes out in September. They're exactly 12 months apart.
Okay.
And the third one should come out the following September.
Cool. Do you have an album title yet?
I do, but I can't talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
That's cool.
It's sworn to secrecy.
We'll have that sometimes. Well,
yeah, we can maybe release the record and get it all ready to go via press announcement, and then we can start talking about it.
Okay. Sounds good. If you had to describe the sound of your newest music in one sentence, How would you do that?
Oh gosh, I wouldn't. I try to get out of it as quickly as I could, as slippery as I could. Because to me, music is a personal experience that people have, and how can you describe music to somebody else? It's something that you experience on your own, and so I'd hate to sort of put ideas into people's heads about it as I can just to discover it on their own.